There's an innovative public-private partnership created in Metro Atlanta serving as a new model for the promotion of positive learning climates across early learning centers and elementary schools. Its purpose? To ensure that all children learn to read before they leave third grade.
Part of what we're trying to do is change the conversation about what does early learning mean. And very simply, that we move early learning from being considered birth to 5 or birth to school entry to birth to 8.
The power of blending program-wide PBIS, also known as the pyramid model, with our school-wide PBIS is that ability to really bring in social, emotional, developmentally appropriate practices into the classroom for our pre-K, kindergarten, first and second grade, and even third grade classrooms. So ultimately, we hope to have better social, emotionally healthy students who will achieve in school, whether it be reading by third grade, achieving in middle and high school, ultimately graduating, and becoming good lifelong citizens.
Last year, almost 15,000 K through third graders were given out-of-school suspension in Georgia, and 3 times the ratio were expelled from preschool. PBIS has been a proven method to help reduce out-of-school suspension in K through 12. However, more classroom-based strategies are needed within the K through 3rd school-based programs of PBIS. What is needed is a blended PBIS model tailored to the developmental stages that children move through from birth to age 8. So together with Bright from the Start, the Georgia Department of Early Care and Learning, the Georgia Department of Education, the Georgia Family Connection Partnership, Atlanta Public Schools, DeKalb County Schools, and Fulton County Schools, Metro RESA is using a Woodward-funded grant to develop a prototype for improved learning climates for children from birth through third grade. Working with renowned national leaders for both school-wide PBIS, that is used in K through 12 schools, and the program-wide PBIS, known as the pyramid model, used in early learning centers, the partners are creating a blended PBIS model tailored to the developmental stages that children move through during their first 8 years. Sites for the early learning climate prototype were selected on various quantitative and qualitative criteria. Criteria included those with the highest need for learning climate improvement, but most importantly, responses on an application sharing the principal's or center director's agreement to be the driving force behind the initiative and to select a school-based or center-based PBIS team. As part of the prototype for elementary schools, the principal will select between 6 and 8 members to serve on the PBIS leadership team for his or her school. This team must include principal, PBIS internal coaching facilitator, PBIS classroom practices coach, PBIS behavior specialist or someone with behavior expertise, pre-K teacher, and first, second, or third grade teacher.
The internal coaching facilitator is a very integral part of the PBIS school-wide leadership team. They are responsible for the monthly meetings that are held with the team. They help guide the team to data-driven decision-making. They are the liaison between the school and the school district leadership team, as well as they help ensure the implementation of the program with fidelity.
The role of the classroom practice coach is vitally important. A lot of times when we go to different trainings and different things when it comes to discipline, we learn strategies. When we come back to the building, we don't have that one key person. Me as the principal, I can't do it all. But to have someone in my corner that go in there and practice on those strategies is priceless. It's very important that we have the glue between the students and the teacher to make sure we work on these strategies together.
As we work with elementary schools implementing the prototype, Childcare centers will implement program-wide PBIS and develop their own teams. The director will select up to 6 members to serve on the PBIS leadership team for his or her center. This team must include director, PBIS internal coach, PBIS behavior specialist, or someone with behavior expertise, pre-K teacher, 3-year-old class teacher, and additional staff members of the director's choosing assisting with program-wide PBIS, the pyramid model, such as data specialists or someone with experience collecting and interpreting data.
Once we roll this out as a team, I feel good about it. Like I said, I have a good supporting cast from here within the center and outside of the center. Will it be hard? I don't think so, because knowing my staff and what we do here at the Welcome All Center, we have a team environment. But sometimes you come across rocky roads, but we'll get through it together.
Both the schools and childcare centers will be supported by a MRISA Early Learning Climate Specialist, who will be a guide on the side by serving as an external coach.
We know that training is not as effective when coaching is not involved. And that coaching, that ongoing practice and support is what really generates change.
As an early learning climate specialist, I support teachers through training, monthly meetings, ongoing coaching, and helping them analyze the data to make decisions to best support their teachers and their students at the schools.
We've got over 30 years of evidence-based research behind it, but I really believe what makes it effective is that there's a framework, there's clear guidelines in what schools need to do, but there's not one size that fits all. And so because folks use their data to determine where are we having our problems and what do we want to do then to prevent those problems from occurring again. And so then there's specific strategies. So we say, okay, if kids have been disrespectful, what would we rather have them see? We want them to be respectful. Well, it forces folks to think about, what does that look like? How does it look like? What am I going to do to teach it? How am I going to teach them? How does that change from how it looks in the classroom versus how it looks in the hallway versus how it should look at bus dismissal? And so I think it really forces folks to look at their problem areas and then come up with clear strategies that they know as educators on how to teach, but being much more deliberate and specific in that environment to prevent the problem behaviors from occurring.
What I'm hoping for in Georgia is that we increase the achievement of students in Georgia, we increase the attendance of our kids in school, that we increase and improve the outcomes for students all over the state.
Georgia's dedicated to it and they want success for all. And why not prevent problem behavior so kids have the greatest likelihood of being able to be academically successful?
Ultimately, we'll have children go to high-quality early education programs where social-emotional teaching is occurring, and we'll have those children transition to kindergarten classrooms where social-emotional learning is occurring and supported, and on through their elementary years where social-emotional learning is supported. And that is really powerful.
I hope to see positive morale, positive academic achievement, positive behavior, but more importantly, I hope to give people hope that, things can change and that things can be very different as they move through this work. It is doable, it is work, but it's doable.
I hope to see children having a high quality experience in their early childhood settings so that when they get to third grade and beyond, they're ready to succeed academically.
Eventually we move from a goal of a positive school climate to an expectation that we have a positive school climate.
My hope for this effort is that we can provide safe, secure, and productive learning environments for all children, not only birth through third grade, but beyond. And that we don't only see an increase in academic achievement and success, but that all kids leave with a lifelong love of learning.
To learn more about productive learning climate and the Get Georgia Reading campaign, visit getgeorgiareading.org.